What's up guys, welcome back to the RNTV channel. Today we are going to
What's up guys? Welcome back to the Redneck TV channel. And today we got a dip review over Kodiak Mint.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Cotton Eye Joe, I've been married long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Alright guys, so after school I got me a can of this Kodiak Mint, and it's just been sitting right here on my computer desk all day. I've just been waiting all day to try it. I wanted to try it so bad, but you know, I had to wait for y'all. I wanted to experience the moment with y'all. It looks just like Kodiak Wintergreen, but it's blue. And it says mint up there. Really sexy. Go ahead and pop that bubble there. But I cannot wait anymore. We gotta pack this dip. So without further ado, if you ain't got one in, pack one with me, y'all. I can smell the mint through the bubble, and honestly it really doesn't smell that good. But you can't judge something by the way it smells.
Except a vagina.
Let's go ahead and... let's go ahead and smell it. This smells like grizzly mint. Wow. You know how Kodiak Wintergreen and grizzly wintergreen kind of like similar? Like grizzly wintergreen's kind of like cheaper brand. That's how this is. It's like a high quality grizzly mint smell. I just love the way the can looks. Got me some Kodiak mint, boy. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to try it. Oh my goodness. Mud jug we're spitting in. The Desert Marpart mud jug, something like that. I think this one's discontinued, I'm not sure. But I love this one a lot because the matte feel it has to it. Just listen to this. Oh my gosh. But if you want one of these badass spittoons, they don't spill, then make sure you go head over to www.mudjug.com and use my promo code RNTV15 for 15% off your whole entire purchase on mudjug.com. Save money! I'll let this soak a little bit and give it a little bit of chance for the flavors to wallow in my mouth. Does that even make sense right there? Wallow in my mouth? What is the definition of wallow? Not wow wow, you fucking... Okay. What is the definition of wallow? Not okay. W-O-L-L-O. What is the definition of wall? Oh, not Wally.
The definition of Wally is...
Gosh! Siri can't even understand my voice. That's why you use a dictionary, folks. But yeah, y'all, as you can tell, new video set up. Actually, I tinkered with the settings a little bit on my camera. If y'all think this is like higher quality, make sure you let me know. Because I think it looks better than it did. But if you think it looks worse, make sure you tell me because I don't want my videos to look stupid. But yeah, new video set up. Got the rebel flag, American flag, and 2 boot boxes. And then, of course, my computer that I do all my editing on. But if you're wondering where these big honking banners came for, there's 3 like giant banners that just cover my whole entire wall under these flags. And what those came from was my first year in automotive class. My first teacher there, he had a bunch of extra signs and like posters and stuff they were going to decorate the shop with. He's like, I don't want these. So he let us take as many as we want, and I just took 3 of these big ones and I just covered my whole wall with it because I used to play video games a lot, and I used to just rage, just really hardcore rage. I'd play PlayStation 3, I'd be playing Black Ops 3, I'd have like a 30 kill streak, and somebody kill me, like 4 holes in this wall, 2 in that wall, big old hole in that wall. I think I shat myself. But yeah, like I was saying, there's holes everywhere in these walls from controllers and fists and those big old expensive headsets. I was actually wanting to make a video gaming channel. It's pretty funny when I rage. A lot of people laugh at me when I rage because, you know, raging's pretty funny. I want to like buy a new controller every week, so yeah. If y'all watched the last video of me unboxing this Shimano Metanium DC, a company sent it to me and I thought it was just like a normal reel, but I look it up and it was like 420 bucks. I was like, there's no way they sent it to me for free. And I was watching unboxing videos on YouTube and people would like spin the spool and then you would hear the chip go Meh! And I was wondering, I was like, dang, they probably just sent me like a fake version of the reel or some bull crap. So I was kind of, you know, mad about it because I really wanted that reel. So I took it out to the lake. It was just frozen over. I was just practicing casting. And I cast it and I was just thinking it was just going to be awful cast. It was just going to suck. Sure enough. Oh my gosh, it's lovely. Y'all are going to love the fishing videos this spring or when it warms up. Oh my gosh, like this reel is so precise. Like there was a rock in the water or on top of the ice. I was like, I'm going to hit that rock. I spin my pole around. Smack the rock. So precise. Alright guys, but while we're letting this soak, I got a story about my truck breaking down. What a surprise. It was a real awful day. I was having a bad day all day and then this happened. I was riding around with my girlfriend Lexi. You know, I wanted to be Mr. Romantic, so I go down this on back road, I put my truck in park and I just blare some love song, which is In by Brad Paisley. And I turn on my headlights and it's raining a little bit, so we walk out in front of my truck. We dance a little bit, you know, do that romantic stuff. Then I get back into my truck, try starting it. Wouldn't crank. And I was like, oh my gosh, this sucks. I'm out here on this dang back road and my truck won't start. So I call my dad. No answer. And I didn't want to call my mom because she takes care of my baby brother a lot and she never gets any sleep. So I didn't want to like accidentally wake her up because then she'll probably beat me up. So then I called my friend Cody. I knew he would come out there and jump me. Asked him for a jump. Sure enough, he said, alright, I'll be down there when I can. He lived like 15 minutes from there, so I was waiting there about half an hour, just sitting in the truck in the dark. Truck won't start. I'm just sitting there bored. Finally, he pulls up. We jump me. We was charging my truck for like 5 minutes. I try starting it. It goes, and still doesn't start. I was like, what the heck? Try giving it a little bit of gas. He gave it about half throttle for like 10 minutes or something. Finally, it cranks right up. Vroom! Unhook the jumper cables. I drive on down the road. Then after about 5 minutes, I noticed my gauges were acting real weird. Like my speedometer, it was going, and I was just wondering what's going on. I don't know what's going on. And then my truck just starts driving funny. Like I tried matting it and it just goes. And then I get on down the road. I was going up a hill. I was just holding it to the floor and it was just jumping real bad. And finally I just pulled it off onto the side. On the side of the road is a parking lot and it just dies right there. And I'm like, what? I try starting it and I was like, oh my gosh, really? I need another jump? I called Cody. I was like, hey man, can you turn back around and come back up here? Oh yeah, and remember this, it is freezing cold, like really cold, and it's just pouring down rain at this point. It wasn't sprinkling anymore, it was pouring rain. And I forgot to mention when I was sitting in my truck from the light bar in the back of my truck, it leaks. The windows leak real bad. So it's just water pouring into my truck and all that. And when I was jumping it, I was just getting all wet. So here I am again, sitting in this parking lot, just pouring down rain. It was just going at it. Mother Nature, she was like, hey, Kenny. So I jumped my truck again, just sitting there in the pouring rain, waiting for it to charge like 10 minutes in the pouring rain. Finally starts back up. He follows me to O'Reilly, and then I was gonna have my battery tested. So I sit out there, I'm taking my battery off, and then I realized when I hook my light bar up, I hooked the wire that goes into the cab like under the little handle of the battery. I was like, well dang it, I gotta unplug my whole entire light bar assembly. So I had to unhook I have them like drilled up above the engine. I had to unscrew those with a Phillips screwdriver. Rain pouring all over my back. I was out there for 20-30 minutes just trying to get the dang thing out. Finally, I got the light bar all unhooked. I had wires hanging out everywhere, sub wires, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm not fiddling with it right now. Pulled my battery out, took it into O'Reilly. I was like, hey, can y'all test this battery? And he was like, you know I could have checked the battery while I was in the truck, right? I wasted 30 minutes sitting in the pouring rain trying to unhook that damn battery, and they could have tested it while I was in the truck. They could have told me that when I asked them to borrow a Phillips screwdriver so I could get the battery out of my truck, because I had to unscrew the wires from on top of the engine bay. Damn! So he tests the battery, it's just fully dead. Well, considering it's a bad battery, it should have charged up after I got a jump, and the alternator should have charged it up. So I was like, well, can you test my alternator, or do I gotta take that off too? He was like, no, we can test the alternator while it's in the truck. So I put the battery in my truck, I hook all the dang light bar bullcrap subs all up, pouring rain all over me, hook the battery back up, try starting it. Won't start. Oh yeah, and let me mention that my window was down and my battery was so dead I couldn't roll the window up. So it was just rain pouring all in my seats, cloth seats, let me remind you. And every time I tried getting in my truck to start it, there was rain all over me. Ah, it sucked. So Cody had to jump me again, let it charge up for 15 minutes, started it. He checked the alternator, he said it was bad. So I just floored it. I was trying to take it to Lexi's house because I had to drop Lexi off before I went home. Trying to get that alternator spinning as fast as I could get it to spin. Charged a piece of crap battery. Let me remind you, the battery brand was a Everstart. Yeah, I like to call them Never Starts now. Get it? Everstart, Never Start. So I got Lexi home, and then I walked inside, talked to her for a few minutes. I went back out to my truck, and I was in the driveway, so nobody could pull out around me to jump me. So I had to put it in neutral, no power steering pump. Had to roll it down the hill, try backing it up into the street so Lexi's brother could jump me. He had a real little car, so it took forever to jump me. So my battery is just completely obliterated, wouldn't nothing move. When I was backing up, I rolled my window down about halfway to look out there. So I'm in the middle of the road, my truck's still in neutral. I hop out real quick and my door closes, and I try to open it back, and guess what? It was locked! I locked my keys inside of my truck, and my truck's in the middle of the road, and I can't do nothing about it. You know, cars can't get around it, so out there in the pouring rain, there was mud all over the dang grass I was trying to push it up in. I was slipping in the mud and everything, trying to push it up as far as I could out of the street, and then I put a rock under the tire so it wouldn't roll back into the street again. So I had to go all the way to my house, get a spare key, go all the way back, open my door. Let me remind you, my window the whole time was rolled down about that much so I could look and see behind me because it was raining so bad I couldn't see through my back glass. So there was rain all on my truck, all over my everything. We plugged the battery up, let it charge about 15 minutes from his car. Finally, it starts up, and then Lexi's like, no, baby, I need a hug and kiss. So I had to give her a hug. I had to give her a little kiss. Bye, baby, I love you. Hop in my truck, drive off down the road. Literally 20 feet down the road. I get out of my truck, I'm throwing a fit, you know. If you know how I am, I got bad anger problems. I jumped up, did a little karate kick to my door. So I had to call Lexi, hey, I need a jump! I was real mad. I was like, can y'all come down there and give me another jump? So I plugged it up, let it charge for about 15 minutes, soaking wet, still pouring down raining. Mother Nature, get it started, and then Lexi still wanted a kiss, so I had to run up to her, run it back into my truck, and then I just hammered it, just left it to the floor the whole entire way home. Because anytime I stopped, that's when I messed up. I couldn't let off the gas. There's a stop sign. I looked both ways before the stop sign. I just cut it real hard. It was raining so bad, it just... Then I got down the road, pulled into my driveway, went in the backyard, and it dies right in my backyard. I was like, whoop! But guess what? Rolled down the window. I don't remember why I rolled the window down. I have no idea why I rolled it down. Probably so I could see, because let me remind you, when your battery and alternator is dying, you have no headlights. None. You have no gauges, nothing. So I had to roll down the window so I could see, you know. I had to poke my head out in the rain, the piss pouring rain. So my truck was dead. I was like, dang it. I'll please have enough juice just to roll up the window, please. Damn it! So I had to plug his car up to my truck in the piss poor rain, let it charge up a little bit, I had to turn it on, roll the window up. Finally, 4-hour journey, done. The whole time, it was just pouring down rain, dude. That was the worst part about it. It was so cold and it was pouring rain. That's probably the worst experience I've ever had with that truck. Like, no joke, not a doubt. But, yeah, the next day, I went to O'Reilly, bought an alternator. It was like 180 or something like that, something crazy. Went to Rural King. You know, I know Rural King batteries are bad, but, you know, I didn't want to spend $200-300 bucks on a good battery, so I just went ahead and bought an $80 Rural King battery, the best one I could find. Hooked it all up, truck works perfect now, not a complaint out of it. But yeah, that sucked. Did the alternator and battery die because it was a Ford? Not the brand of a truck that's gonna make the alternator and battery go out. People, internet haters, it's because if you have subwoofers like I have, you know what subwoofers are, those things, that big old bass, boom, 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 boom. They suck up a lot of juice, and light bars suck up a lot of juice. All those little accessories suck up a lot of battery juice, and they just kill your alternator and battery. So what I'm thinking is my battery went bad first from my subs, and then my alternator just had to keep on charging my battery over and over again, and it just eventually wiped out my alternator. So here's a tip for you. If you're gonna have subs, make sure you get higher voltage or amperage, whatever, alternator and battery, and try to have a second battery in the back of your truck to hook up to your amp as well as the battery up front, because it'll save you a lot of money. You won't have to buy a bunch of alternators and batteries all the time. But this has been soaking for a good while now. Chew on it a little bit. I can honestly say it's got that Kodiak taste to it. You know, there's a specific taste to Kodiak, and it's got that with it. It also favors a lot to Grizzly Mint. It tastes a lot like Grizzly Mint, in my opinion. It also has a little bit of a salt taste to it. Like, I can taste salt. So yeah, y'all, Kodiak Mint, is it better than Grizzly Mint? Yes. Better than Copenhagen Mint? Yes. But what would I rate this stuff? I don't know, 7 out of 10, something like that. It's alright. You know, if you ever see some Kodiak Mint, make sure you pick you up a can. It's definitely a dip you want to try. But yeah, that's all I got for you today on the Redneck TV channel. If you like today's video, make sure you give me a big old fat thumbs up. Smack the subscribe button. We just hit 80,000 subscribers. That's a lot of people. Appreciate it. Also, follow me on Instagram, redneck.tv. And remember, always keep on dipping and keep on spitting. Bye.
Candy paint with the white on top.